The poison still lingers. The story of Adam and Eve is not only familiar to us, we learned it as children. It's probably among the first of the stories that we learned. The image of the apple and the forbidden food is at the very heart of that story. You never find it in the text, but the story conveys a message. Church art projects that image. I've often wondered about the old adage, an apple a day keeps the doctor away. The person closest to the young child beside their parents or grandparents is their school teacher. The symbol of a teacher is the apple. I think applesauce is one of those popular foods found in food jars, and applesauce is always what my mother used to shove in my mouth with the medicine that she was trying to force me to take. What the story suggests is that God's creative hand is at work, but in our humanity, we sometimes think or feel or act in ways that go counter to the creative hand of God. What was contained in the story of Adam and Eve is projected in the gospel text of the temptation of Christ. The devil trying to suggest that Jesus had no need to pay attention to the creative hand of God, but think for himself. Stones can be turned into bread. Throw yourself down, you will be saved. Look for a different God. And Jesus resisted the temptations. Oh, I know what you're thinking. This is a beautiful story. We get caught up in the mechanics of how he could survive for 40 days in the desert. If it did happen, maybe he was delirious and saw visions of the devil. A good story with a great point about temptation and power of evil. But what does it have to do with me? We might write it off, see it as way too confusing, or that we would never be able to resist the temptation, so why even try? Well then, if that's the case, then perhaps the poison still lingers. Command these stones to become loaves of bread. Perhaps the poison still lingers when we live with the illusion that if you don't like what God has created, you can change it. The way we treat the earth, when some may not like what has been formed in the womb, so they seem to change it, manipulate it, or sometimes try to even end it. Some don't like the way they look, so they might nip or tuck, inject Botox in order to eliminate a chin or hide a wrinkle. Perhaps the poison still lingers. Throw yourself down. He will command his angels to guard you, and with their hands they will support you. Perhaps the poison still lingers. We look at all the things that we do in life, the choices we make, and when things don't go as we had planned, we want God to rescue us. We want God to save us from our own stupidity. We pray for a miracle. It's not wrong to pray or to seek God's help in times of trouble, but it also means we have to do some of the work. Make amends for pain that we might have caused. Stop our destructive or hurtful or deadly ways. Perhaps the poison still lingers. You shall have it all. Simply worship me, and the world is yours. Perhaps the poison still lingers. When things don't go our way, we look for other gods. Oh, they're easy to find. Jack Daniels is one. Jim Beam is another. Some find their God in Vegas. The only problem is, as they say, what goes on in Vegas stays in Vegas. Their God seldom comes home. There have been times when I've found it in shopping. If I could only have this suit, but that wears thin, or I grow fat. I met a young girl born into the Catholic Church. She began searching in high school and in college. She tried every religion under the sun. She probably knew more about world religions than most of us. She searched and searched and searched because she was trying to find God in the building, or in particular people, or in a particular preacher, when she only needed to look within and to look around her. Perhaps the poison still lingers. Perhaps the poison still lingers in us. But you see, we have 40 days to focus our attention through prayer, fasting, and the giving of alms. A time to purify our hearts, to mend our ways, and to mold our souls. It begins here and now, as we feast upon the Word, and we fast from anything that can keep us from entering into the presence of our God.